October 20th, 1967. Deep inside the forests of Northern California, Roger Patterson points his camera toward the woods and captures something that should not exist. A massive hairy creature, walking like a human, and then it turns toward the camera. And what makes this even more terrifying is that this was not the first sighting. For centuries, people have reported seeing the exact same creature. For decades, the truth has been hidden in the shadows. But tonight, we finally bring it into the light. Patterson footage wasn't the beginning. It was the moment the world finally paid attention. Because years before that film was recorded, people were already reporting terrifying encounters deep in the forests. Hunters, loggers, campers, families, all describing the same thing: a massive creature covered in hair, walking upright through the trees. In 1958, workers in Northern California discovered something disturbing. Something moved through here, something heavy enough to sink deep into the mud and then vanish before anyone could see it. But it left one piece of evidence behind, the kind that should not exist in the first place. Gigantic footprints, pressed deep into the mud, too large to belong to any human. Newspapers quickly picked up the story, and soon the creature became known as Bigfoot. At this point, Bigfoot stopped being just a story. It became a debate. Some said it was a lost human-like species, a creature living in isolated forests. Years later, more evidence appeared, not visual, audio. In 1972, recordings were made in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Strange sounds, deep, guttural, unnatural, not matching known animal behavior. The recordings lasted for long periods, almost as if something was communicating. Some experts claimed it cannot be produced by human vocal cords. But even that statement didn't settle anything. There is something important about Bigfoot that most people miss. It is not just about evidence. It is about persistence, decades of sightings, footprints, audio recordings, films, conflicting explanations, yet no final conclusion. And in mysteries like this, absence of proof does not end the story, it extends it, because every unanswered question creates another believer, and every new sighting reopens the case. So the question is no longer, does Bigfoot exist? The question becomes, why does the idea of Bigfoot refuse to disappear? The Patterson footage is still debated, the footprints are still studied, the recordings are still analyzed, and the forests of North America are still searched. But nothing has ever been confirmed, and nothing has ever been fully disproven. Which leaves us here, standing in the same place humanity has always been, between what we know and what we fear might be real. Because maybe Bigfoot was never meant to be found. Maybe it was never about evidence at all. Maybe it was about something deeper. The idea that somewhere in the unknown, something is watching back. And until that question is answered, the story doesn't end, it waits. What you are about to decide now is not just about Bigfoot. It is about whether the unknown is empty or alive. Because tonight, you have seen the evidence, you have heard the reports, you have walked through the forest of every unanswered question, and now only one thing remains, not proof, not denial, but a choice. Because tonight, you have seen the evidence, you have heard the reports, you have walked through the forest of every unanswered question, and the truth is not mine to give, it is yours to decide. Was Bigfoot ever just a myth? Or is it something we were never meant to understand? The forest is waiting, and it is still watching, but there is one final detail. The people who claim to see Bigfoot often describe the same thing before the encounter begins. Silence. No birds, no insects, no sound from the forest at all. As if nature itself knows something is near. And then they feel watched. Some say Bigfoot is nothing more than a myth, a hoax repeated for decades. But if that is true, why do sightings continue even today? Why do hunters and experienced trackers still report encounters they cannot explain? Maybe every story has a logical answer. Or maybe there is still something hiding deep within those forests. Because the scariest part of this mystery is not the creature itself. It is the possibility that one day we may finally discover the truth.